weeks. How is that message being received, and what is that message that you deliver to your guys this week?
The message for our guys is just do what we do well, and that's it. Like, own our fundamentals, own our technique, control the things that we can control. You control how you prepare, you control how you execute, and that's strictly up to you. So if our guys are dialed in and just execute the right way, there's no elaborate meeting or coaching point about it. We know how to play football the right way. We just got to go out and do it.
Obviously, you've been around the game a long time. Is there a different feeling to Monday night games?
Yeah, Monday night is always a little different, right? It's always a special game because you're the only show on. Well, it used to be. Now we got double headers, so it definitely changes a little bit. But Monday is always special. The entire league is watching. Your peers are watching as they're preparing for their next week. So that's always in the back of your mind.
When it comes to Baker Mayfield and some of the things he does to not just get the ball out, to be accurate with where he's going with it, what have you seen from him progression as a quarterback?
Yeah, Baker's done a really nice job. The thing that sets him apart and what I've seen him grow as a quarterback is how he escapes the pocket, right? Whether that's keeping his eyes downfield to find open receivers or just scrambling to get the first down. He does a really great job. He's gutsy. He has everything you want in a quarterback, tough guy. He scrambles to make plays, run and pass. So you just have to play together, and that's what we preach all the time is the rush, staying after it, playing together, and our guys in coverage, we have to make sure we're plastering and staying in coverage, covering the guys twice, but because we know he can escape from anywhere.
It seems like those primetime games you talked about how they're special things of that nature, that some players play better in those situations, some players sometimes can struggle a little bit. What do you think is the key for players playing well in those big primetime spotlight games?
Yeah, again, every game to me is really, it's the same. Once the ball is kicked off, I always say this, like, it's football. It doesn't matter. You playing on Monday, Sunday, it doesn't matter. Like, it's about how you prepare, how you show up for those 60 minutes. So it's not about you're going to play better because you're on Monday night or Sunday night. That's pie in the sky. Like, you got to line up, play football, execute, do what you're supposed to do, no matter when the ball, what day, what time. Football is football. So that's what we got to go do. We got to go play good football no matter when, no matter where.
Buccaneers defense, they use Winfield a couple different ways. What have you kind of made of what he does and some of the experience he has at that back part of that?
Playmaker. Winfield's definitely a playmaker. Todd does a good job moving him around. You tell smart, versatile player. You can trust him. He moves around, put a lot on his plate, and that's the thing that jumps out to me. He's a playmaker. So we got to have eyes for him. And we just, at the end of the day, they have a lot of good playmakers. So you can't just watch, one guy. They got a lot of guys on their defense. That's why they've been good. They're a talented group. We just got to go out and execute our offense the proper way.
You had mentioned the defense needing to be together in what they're doing. With the group you have and so many of them having been here before and played together before, do you think that's something your defense does well?
Yeah, that's a staple for us. It's all 11 guys working together. That's what we do. That's how we are a good defense. And when we operate that way, we're a great defense, right? But if we have one person that's off, that's when, bad things happen. So it's a matter of us just making sure we stay together, make sure all 11 guys are doing what they're supposed to do.
Coach, when you go back and you watch the film, what are some of the things that you can do to maybe alleviate some of the pressure off of CJ this week?
Yeah, there's no pressure on CJ. We line up and we play ball.
What was kind of your evaluation of how Nick handled himself as kind of a first-time play caller, the first real time he did that?
Nick did a good job, right, with the play calls. At the end of the day, we all have to just put ourselves in position where we can actually call the game, right? We were behind the sticks a lot, shot ourselves in the foot a lot, where we were in second and long and just third and long a lot. That's not a great place to be as the first time play calling your first game. So if we can play well together and stay on schedule, stay on track, then we can see how the game is called.
Yeah, it looks like sometimes Todd will kind of have like a bunch of guys at the line of scrimmage and sometimes send them, sometimes drop out. What challenges does that, bring throughout the week when it comes to game planning for that? And what challenges is that exotic looks that can present for an offense?
There are many different looks. Many defenses do a lot of different things, moving guys around, disguising. That's a staple, I think, for all defenses. So you see it every week. It's nothing grand or nothing new. We just have to make sure we're getting to the line of scrimmage in time. We can ID what we need to ID and execute our plays.
Have there been things you've seen this week that have helped you see this team come together a little bit more? You said you have to play together. This team has to.
Yeah, our team is together. It's not the building isn't burning down. We're together. We didn't execute right on some plays that didn't turn out good for us. We ended up losing the game. But our team is together. Our team has never not been together. We're together. We're ready to go play on Monday night. That's what it's about for us.
And Coach, just to clarify what I was asking, I didn't mean any pressure as far as CJ for himself. I meant from an offensive line standpoint.
Yeah, I thought our offensive line did a good job. Again, in the game, we can help ourselves by stepping up in the pocket on a couple of the sacks that happened. But again, I thought we had clean pockets versus the Rams as well. So there were a lot of good things that happened versus the Rams. They made more plays than we made, and that's the bottom line. We hurt ourselves in the red zone defensively. We were down in the red zone 3 times. 2 times we gave up touchdowns in the red zone, right? We stop them. We make them kick field goals there, right? We're sitting here telling a different story. So, again, it'll always be about us and what we do, how we execute. We execute the right way, we'll put ourselves in favorable position to win games. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
seems natural?
Yes, it seems very much more natural than, you know. I was texting some of the people over there. I'm just like, what was he thinking? Yeah, that was stupid. And his page is public. Yeah, that was dumb. Yeah.
You put that in a group chat call. You put that in a public group.
Then I think it was a family who saw it.
People are gonna see it. You're gonna see it.
Hello. What's up?
Feel like more, you would encourage that there's some more fixable things and that you guys can take a step forward from that game.
Yeah, we looked at the things, and it's on the top of our mind to fix things, but there's a lot of good we did too. So you don't want to just look down at the floor and feel bad for yourselves. You got to move on and flush it, and not take it light, but also not act like it's the end of the world. So yeah, it's a little bit of a mixture of both. But I thought we've done a good job of dealing with that, and I thought we had a good practice today. So
To just take you down memory lane just a little bit. That 2023 game against the Bucs was kind of what catapulted the franchise. But I'm wondering if a lot of guys played well, but I'm wondering if you remember maybe how you were feeling that game. Were you just feeling it that game, or what do you remember about that?
I think, they just kept calling my number, and I like that. I like when the pressure's put on, and I thought that game we did a good job of staying out of bad situations, and Bobby did a good job that day calling it, and he, we had a lot of good plays up. They were a really good defense. They made plays. It was just back and forth. It was a shootout. So, but yeah, they're a really good team still. Baker's playing some of the best ball he's played. He looks great. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. They got a great receiver core, great running backs. Their corners are good. Safeties are good. All around, their D-line's good. So backers are great. So I think it's another one of those games. It's going to be hopefully a shootout, but hopefully not a shootout. But whatever it is, we got to prepare the right way to just go 1-0 each play. You can't think about it like that, in my opinion. I just think 1-0 every play, and then see what the score says at the end.
Did that game in 2023, did it give you a boost of confidence to know that you could play against a veteran quarterback and go with them, blow for blow, and then come out ahead and have a big win like that?
I guess I feel like I kind of felt that way after week 1, week 2, week 3. I think, it's just part of the game. It's only, I feel like the next game against a veteran quarterback or a top guy or top guys is only crazy until you go do it. So I think for me, I don't know. I've always tried to just focus on what our team was doing. But yeah, I think it's always dope to go against a top guy in the league and see where you compare. So yeah, I'll be able to do that again this week. But yeah, 2023, that was a big game for me personally. Just fighting back, seeing the will to win that some of the guys we even still have on this team have.
To follow up on that, what is kind of that balance of not, understand you're going against another good quarterback and understand that there's that quote-unquote matchup, but also come back to the reality that it's not him on the defense. You're playing against his defense. So, what's kind of that balance of not trying to get too caught up on the one-on-one matchup, because football is obviously one-on-one.
Yeah, I don't get caught up with that. That's more the media or the fans or something. I really don't care, to be honest. And with all due respect, I last week playing at Stafford was dope, but like you said, it has nothing to do with me. I root my guys on. I think, I try to just do as best as I can to help our defense, especially if they have questions about quarterback play and whatnot. But other than that, like you said, they're not on the defense, so I try not to think about it. But yeah, I think it is cool when you do beat a top guy though, eventually, and that's a team effort. It's not just me or just the defense or just the offense or just special teams. It's everybody together. So yeah, I think that's part of it. But yeah, I don't really think about it like that.
The timing, chemistry, and relationship standpoint, your background with Jared Patterson, how much does that help to make it a little bit seamless with Jake Andrews injured?
Yeah, it's great. Me and Slime, that's his nickname. Yeah, I can't say that. I'm going to get fined. Me and J-Pat,
have done a good job early on in our careers of like finding a good relationship on calls, on really just everything like snaps. He does a good job, of getting the guys around getting them going. So I thought, when he stepped in, he did a good job. Of course, we're gonna miss Jake, and he was doing a really good job too. So yeah, just try to do as best I can wherever I have. It sucks. I have a lot of experience with backup centers, and which is not fortunate all the time. But at the same time, I love J-Pat. He's a great player, and he's gonna do great for us.
What's the dynamic and collaboration like between quarterback and offensive coordinator after a tough game, and what's it been like the first time around with Nick Caley?
It's good. It's like everything in life. You don't just go out there and sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But most of the time, you don't go out there and just ace it. So there's a communication that you have to have. I think he does a good job of asking me a lot of questions. I ask him a lot of questions. So figure it out and move on.
CJ, how have you been able to, heading into year 3, how have you been able to just block out some of the noise and the chatter that goes on even after one?
Yeah, I don't care, to be honest. I've gotten so used to people loving you when you're up, hating you when you're down. It's just how, just people, this entertainment business operates, So I try to think of my value as like what God sees me as, my family, my friends, my teammates. And that helps me stay level-headed because, I think it's a lie when people say words don't hurt. Like, there's a reason why we go to church and hear a sermon. There's a reason why we like music. There's a reason why, we go to see comedians do their thing. We laugh. Like, words do have effect. So, like, for me, I try not to just look at it and, try to just stay, kind of like a horse and, just tunnel vision. So, yeah, I've learned to not love the love or not hate the hate. And it's really helped me. And I try to tell my family, they get all mad and stuff. But, at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their opinion, right on to them. But I can control what I can control, and that's, what I do on the field. And everybody, like I said, is entitled to what they think.
You started off by saying flushing the game from last weekend, not taking it too light, but also not making it like it's the end of the world. What's the silver lining to maybe, obviously not the start you wanted to have, but the silver lining to it kind of after the game? You said maybe it's a wake-up call. Is it better to get kind of punched in the mouth early on than later?
What would you say? I would say early on. Well, you kind of answered my question. It's a lot better to get punched in the mouth early and not fall and hopefully not be too hurt. I don't know. I'm trying to think of boxing. Shout out Crawford. Man, come on, dog. I got to. That boy Trump. But I like Canelo too, but I'm going with Crawford. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think I don't know, what we're gonna do? Sit around here and cry about it? It's the NFL. It's part of the game. We played really bad and we still had a chance to win. That shows, I think, to our team how talented we are and how good we can be. And it's 1 week, and I'm not the person to just give a whole bunch of grace and no truth, and a whole bunch of truth and no grace. I'm a little bit of both. So, yeah, I don't really know what to say. I think for me, I've been in this team myself. I've been in this position a bunch where everybody thinks you suck and whatever they want to think. Cool, y'all go ahead and do that. We're gonna continue to grind. If we lay an egg again, we're gonna get back up. We're gonna trust each other. It really doesn't matter what everybody else thinks. So, it takes time to build. We've been watching. Sorry, I know I'm long-winded, but watching a lot of film of New England back when they were in 2002, 2003, 2004. They didn't. Now, of course, they won, but they didn't look like what they did in their strong run right away. And of course, that's the goal, to get it as quick as possible. But sometimes it's not the reality. So, I'm trying my best to keep our guys' mojo up, and I think we're doing a good job of it.
What are some of the areas that you guys feel like you have to fix from last week going into this week?
Well, we got to help Kels out, man. I think that's my biggest thing personally, and I think for the guys is not giving. What play are you going to call on 2nd and 15, 2nd and 25? And we've had these problems for years, So 3rd and 14, 3rd and 12, you can't live in that. And we do our coaches discourtesy of that and that's controllable by us. So I think that's a start. Personally, I got to be better, just pocket movements and, you know, checking the ball down when I need to check it down. And at the same time staying aggressive. So, yeah, I think we just need to build a rhythm early on better, and I think we'll be better from that.
Nico is a top 7 wide receiver in this league, but he's not a selfish wide receiver. What is it like playing with a wide receiver like that who doesn't get mad if he doesn't get the ball thrown his way a ton of time and just shows up every play?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. You know, I like because Nico is that way, but also like he demands the ball. He wants the ball, and you know, it's our job to find ways to get it to him. And I thought we could have, you know, definitely I could have done a better job of getting him the rock when he was open. And yeah, I think he's gonna show up big time. Every dog has his day, you know, and Nico's growling at the mouth like a Rottweiler, trying to get that ball. And so I'm excited to see. And you know, I'm always looking for 12, man. That's never a question. So yeah, he'll be all right. Thank you, guys.
How did you feel you used your legs in the first half to move the chains a couple times, led the points? Were you pleased with the way that you did that?
Yeah, I was. I thought I did it when I should have, and thought I made some plays. So I thought it went well.
Is that kind of like when you're in the pocket, you're getting pressured? Is there kind of like a balance between hanging in there and trying to find the receiver and use the legs? Is that one of the tougher battles for a quarterback?
Yeah, definitely. You know, because when you don't run, everybody's like, oh, he should have ran, and when you don't throw, he should have threw it. So I'm always wrong. But it's cool. Like it's part of the game, and I thought I love watching it. I think some of the best guys in the league are like Burrow. He does a great job of it. Lamar, I think Lamar is to me, of course, he's very dynamic running the ball, but he's a pass guy, and he does a really good job of sitting in the pocket and only extending when he has to. So, yeah, I think, you know, when I watch games around the league, a lot of guys do it well, and I try to just be one of those guys as well.
To follow up on that, which is kind of the challenges of when you're moving around, trying to still keep your eyes downfield, but also trying to feel like, all right, it's time to take off. You know, like what's just kind of that balance within that?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. Just like you can always, you know, try to keep your eyes on the field and make a play. I think that's the start of it, and then when it's not there, take off. But sometimes you just have a feeling, and I think the first game is always instinct, like I kind of told y'all last week. The better you play instinctually, and the more you can, you know, trust your training, your habits, your fundamentals of the game. I think, you know, those moments become a little easier. So, yeah. Thank you, guys.